Let's start at exercise 1.2, relations and function NCERT textbooks. So before we had started exercise 1.2, so we need to know about some of the concept about the functions. Like here I have already written 1 function. So what do you mean by 1 functions? 1 functions, always do remember that here capital A and capital B, so that is called domain. All the elements where has existed, it was called domain, and where in B the element were called codomain. So each and every element of capital A has connected with the unique element of the capital B. যদি ক্যাপিটেলের যদি ক্যাপিটেল এ থকা এলিমেন্ট বিলাকে যদি ইউনিক এলিমেন্টৰ লগত যদি কানেক্টেড হৈ থাকে, ইউনিক মানে সিঙ্গল এলিমেন্টৰ লগত বিৰ, তেতিয়ালে হেতুক আমি 1 ফাংশনস বুলি কম। অন টু ফাংশনস কি হয়? অন টু ফাংশনস সব ইউনিক এলিমেন্টৰ লগতে থাকিব লাগিব। অনলি another conditions is like that if any element has live in codomain, এটো codomain হয়। codomainত যদি যিকোনো সাপোজ এতে মই ই এটা লিখি দিলো codomainত, এই ফাংশনটো যদি এক বিট থকা এই ই2, I was talking about the if it was living, if it was not connected with capital A, তেতিয়াহলে আমি এটো we cannot call it onto function. So onto function হবলগিয়া হলে প্ৰত্যেক connections থাকিবই লাগিব। এটা এলিমেন্টটো যদি codomainত এৰি যায়, it cannot be onto functions. Now into function is what? যদি element যদি codomain এৰিছে, if any element has living in the codomain, then we can call it on into functions. So you see here all the elements has connected like that, but one element has living here. After that we have called it into functions because the element can live here. Now many one functions. So what do you mean by many one functions? So clearly from this term, so we know that what is called many one functions. So many element has connected with a single element in the codomain, that what's called many one function. So now number first questions. So that the function f r stars means real numbers is connected to the real numbers defined by, so here is a function is equal to 1 by x is 1 functions দেখাব লাগে, where r star is the set of all non-zero real numbers. So real numbers, so all non-zero real numbers, so except 0 we can take all the numbers. Is the result true if the domain r star is replaced by capital N? যদি মই real numbers to replace কৰো natural number লকে with codomain being same as r star, আৰু codomain থকাবোৰ যদি মই r star মানে real number লকে যদি replace কৰো, so the function will be true or not. So whether we are going to check this. Okay, so first we need to show that whether the function is function to তোমার 1 হয় না on 2 হয়। Let's see it. Functions r star to r star or pura r star leke connect hoise. So moi yate r star likhisu, that was the functions connected by each other. So here real numbers minus 3 minus 2 minus 1 0, because all non-zero numbers, 0 bahire gote real numbers bol likhibole para. So f of x 1 by x etu amak dia ase. R star means set the all non-zero real numbers, so r minus 0, because in the given questions clearly mentioned is we mention about 0, that we need to take the 0, except 0 you can take all the numbers. Now see here x1 is equal to x2. Okay, before I came here I need to show something in here. Suppose function f of x is equal to 1 by x, it 1 function hone no hoy sam. So ইয়াত যদি মই 1 or জায়গাত any element you have to put here, যদি মই 1 by x or জায়গাত যদি মই 1 by 1 put কৰো x or জায়গাত, then কিমান পাম 1 or কানে মই ইউনিক এলিমেন্ট r star পাম। যদি x or জায়গাত যদি মই -1 put কৰো, -1 put কৰিলে কিমান পাম 1 ইউনিক এলিমেন্ট এটা পাইছো ইয়াতে। যদি x or জায়গাত যদি 1 by -3 put কৰো, -3 put কৰিলে মই এটা -3 পাম, 3 put কৰিলে মই এফালে কি পাম 0, 1 by -3 put কৰিলে মই 0 point something পাম, 0 point something যেটো এলিমেন্ট ইয়াতে এক্সিস্ট হৈ থাকে। 1 by 3 put কৰিলে ইয়াতে মই কিবা নহয় কিবা এটা এলিমেন্ট পাম, যেটো এলিমেন্ট তোমাৰ বিট পামে আমি so that's why we can call it 1 function. মানে ইয়াতে যিকোনো এলিমেন্ট বহুৱা x ৰ জায়গা তাৰ কাৰণে যেটো এলিমেন্ট পাবা এটো আমি বিট থাকিব এলিমেন্টটো, that's why we have to call it 1 functions. Now theoretically we can write like this. So x1 and x2 be the two functions f of x 1 by x, x1 to 1 by x1 ধৰি লৈছো, x2 to 1 by x2 ধৰি লৈছো. So f of x1 and f of x2 1 function, that's why we have to write it equally. F of x1 means 1 by x1, f of x2 means 1 by x2. After doing the cross multiplications, x2 equal x2 equal, so x1 is equal to x2, so f of x is 1 functions. And for onto functions, what we have done, so whether we need to show that onto functions, always remembered, we need to show like that, f of x is equal to y. First of all, the element y is belonging to R stars. Let y is belonging to R stars, and f of x is equal to 1 by x. It was already given. Our intention is to show f of x is equal to y dekhabo lage, so ekan f of x jagat ami y likhi loiso is equal to 1 by x, because after solving this problem, so we need to show that f of x is equal, if it was f of x is equal to y, then it is onto functions. Okay, now y x cross multiplication 1, x is equal to 1 by y. So ami x or value to ami pai golu etu. So f of x is equal to 1 by x given dia ase x or jagat, so in place of x we can put 1 by y. Here ami cross hole kimane f of x is equal to y. Ultimately it's an onto function. Etia ki koise next question to ki hoisile amar first question to re amar next asile jodi if we domain r star is replaced by n, যদি মই real numbers to natural number লগে replace কৰো and being same as r star with codomain to যদি মই real number লগে replace কৰো, মানে ইয়াত real number to মই natural number লগে replace কৰিছো, and আৰু ইয়াতে codomain to r star means real number লগে replace কৰিছো. So the function is function to natural number to real number. So natural number are started from 1 2 3 4 5, and the real numbers are started from -3 -2 -1 1 2 3. Okay, so n to r star, f of x1 is equal to 1 by x1, as we know that. So from here, whether it is 1 function or onto function, so we can say from here, suppose 1 by x is jodi moi ete 1 put koru, 1 put korile iare kane moi 1 pai jao. Okay, so that means it 1 function hoy. Jodi x or jagat jodi moi jodi -1 put koru, 1 by -1, 1 by -1 means -1, mane -1 আমি bit পাও codomainot পাও. Suppose মই 4 put কৰিছো 1 by 4, 1 by 4 means 0 point something আমি ইয়াতে পাম. So all the elements 1 2 3 4 5 or জিমানবোৰ element ইয়াতে put কৰিবা, for those we have to got an unique element in the codomain. That's why we can call it functions is 1 1, and theoretically you can write like this, f of x1 is equal to 1 by x2, f of x2 1 by x2. So after that we have to take it equally, then x1 equal to x2, f is 1 1. Next, the function is not onto. Okay, why does the function is not onto? We know that jodi for suppose it is domain and it was codomain, domainot thoka jodi protitu element jodi codomainor logot jodi connected hoy thake, then we have to know that it was onto function. Jodi kiba element roi jay tete hole we cannot call it onto function. Suppose the function was given f of x is equal to 1 by x. Okay, x or in place of x we have put 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, for 1 2 3 4 5 we have got the all the elements from here. 1 put kolami 1 pam, 2 put kole 0.5 budi yate pam, 1 by 3 put kole 0 point something pam. All those elements are existed here, but the minus elements we have living here. All the minus element are living here. codomainot thoka minus element bulo ami napao. Air domainot jibilak elements ase 1 2 3 4 put kole ami codomainot a element keta nam minus element bil hoy minus -2 -1 enekake all the numbers are living roi jay. That's why clearly it has mentioned in the onto function. So if any element has living in codomain, we cannot call it onto functions. I hope all of you were understood, and I will do the next match too. Okay, here question number 2 swa, check the injectivity and surjectivity of the following functions. Injectivity means 1 function, surjectivity means onto functions. The function has n to n natural number given by f of x is equal to x square. Okay, function to natural number upon natural number goise, and a given function is x is equal to x square. Suppose the natural number 1 2 3 4 put korisu 1 2 3 4. Okay, now suppose two natural clearly etu onto hoy ne no hoy, we can check here x1 and x2 be the two natural number, f of x1, f of x2, x1 is equal to x2, that means it is an onto function, injective function hoy. Because see here, f of x, it is theoretically we can write like this, but if someone has asking you that how can you prove that it was on one functions. So suppose we have to put here 1 means 1 square. For 1 square ekor karone put kole 1 pam, 2 r karone put kole jodi moi e f of 2 put koro doing on 2 square. 2 square means 2 here, 2 square r karone put korile ami ultimately ki pam 4 pam. 4 was existed in here. 3 karone jodi moi put koru yate ki pam 3 square means 9 pam. So eta unique element yate thaki goise, mane each and every element in capital N, I mean in domain has connected with the unique element in capital N. That means yate domain at thoka potito elementor karone protecta elementor karone we have gotten single element in capital N, single image eta ami pai aso stu kono etu one function hoy, but injective bulu ko one function is also called injective. Now see here, 1 square is equal to 1, 2 square is equal to 4, 3 square is equal to 9. A2 ahise amar from this definition, f of x is equal to x square. Now see, 1 aru 4 or mazot ketaman element roi goise, 1 aru 4 or mazot 2 3 roi goise. So 2 3 kane we have got like that kind of element in domain at kuno elementor kane ami 2 3 na pau yate ku domain at. So ultimately some of the elements are living here. If any element is living in the ku domain, then we are not able to call it onto function. Onto function bole ami ketio kobole noro. That's why the function is surjective. Onto function is also called it by surjective. Okay, the another one I'm going to slow. Now f of z is equal to z given f of x is equal to x square. Function to z or po z loi dise, x is equal to x square dia ase yet. Z means all the numbers are integers numbers, so we have to take it -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, -10, -2, -1, all those numbers. Okay, integers numbers we have chosen from here. Now a function we have given here, f of x is equal to x. So whether the functions were injective or surjective, we need to show that. So first of all, it is clearly seen that so f of -1 and f of 1 are kind of single element ami pai asu. f of -1 yate put kursu, f of 1 put kursu, duitar kane ami ki pai asu yate single element has come, etu element e ahi ase. So etu keto injective hobole nore, f is if cannot be 1 1 means single element, যেটো single element থাকিব হেৰি single element ৰ লগত connected হ'ব লাগিব. Double element এ কেতিয়াও single element ৰ লগত connected হ'ব নোৱাৰে, এৰে double element এ single element ৰ লগত connected হৈ আছে. cos f of -1 put কৰা, f1 put কৰা, the result will be 1, image we will get the same. So that's why we cannot call it injective. Now etu surjective hone no হয় সোয়া. -2 is belonging to z, definitely -2 to কত আছে, z ত আছে, that's an integers number. But there doesn't exist any element in capital X belonging to such that f of x, so it cannot be surjective. So jetia ami yare put korim -3 put korim, suppose -3 put korilu mane kem 3 3 gun 9 9 to ma tolor phal likha na jodi yate 9 to exist hoy ase. -2 put korisu moi 4 paisu, 4 to ete ahibo 1 2 3 would, because those are the integers. -1 put kora, all the positive number bilak moi yate pai jam. Any number you have to put in here, but you will get the all the positive number, but you are leaving all those numbers. Tumi ketio tumi negative number bul nupwa, ku domainot kuno dhৰণৰ negative number bur jodi yate put kora 1 2 3 -2 yate kuno dhৰণৰ tumi negative na, all the number will be positive. But in ku domain some of the numbers is like that, those word is negative. So that's why those numbers are leaving, so that we can clearly say that it is onto function. But by the definition of the onto function has always used to say that if any number has living in codomain, it cannot be onto functions. So real number to real number to koribole pariba. Number 4 is also homework, n to n. Okay, I have question number 3, last question number 3. Okay, I'm going to solve it right now. So prove that a greatest integer function is r to r given by f of x is, it is the symbol of the greatest integers x is neither 1 1 nor on 2. It 1 1 no hoy, on 2 no hoy. Whether capital X denotes the greatest integers less than or equal to X. Okay, so our intention is to show that whether it was 1 1 or on 2. But we need to show that it is neither 1 1. It 1 1 no hoy, on 2 no hoy. And it symbol whole greatest integer and function to ma ki or pore dia ase real numbers to realest number. So before we started this mess, we need to know about the greatest integers. The greatest integers buli koy monot rakhiba x is equal to 2.8. Yere mo ki likhisu directly greatest integers. 2 ota integers 0.8 also an integers. So me ete 0.2 nilikhu keteo etu tar agot thakato he mane 2 likhisu like 5.9 or 5 or 1.7 or 10 point. So in greatest integer functions all the functions the point jibila what logot point as a point to ami atorai do baki value bul likhi do 2510. So those are the greatest integer functions. Now see here greatest integers and real numbers. Real number means you can take the values like minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. You have to likh minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. See, it was not 1 1 functions. Why it was not 1 1? For 1, jodi moi greatest integer jodi moi 1 put karo, then I will get 1. Kintu 1.2 jodi moi yate put karo. Yare karone to ami ki likhim 1 e likhim. Jodi moi yate 1.3 put karo, then also 1. Ultimately for same image we will many one function. That's what we call many one. So many element has connected to the single element. We will image we will get the same. Domain or thoka maximum element or 1.2 thakibo 1.82 thakibo 1.9 thakibo gutebur element or kane ami eta same image pai asu. So this same image pai asu we are not able to call it many one function. So ultimately it many one function hobo. Okay, so let x1 and x2 be the real number. F of x1 is equal to f of x2. So theoretically we can write like this. Then after greatest integer x1 is equal to x2. Suppose x1 or value, now we are going to assuming that suppose x1 is equal to 1.2, x2 is equal to 1.8. 1.2 means 1, 1.8 means 1. 1 is equal to 1 thik ase, kinu 1.2 or to 1.8 equal no hoy. That's why etu greatest integer functions no hoy. Moi to directly koisilu je 1.2 er khetra to image eke pai asu, 1.8 er khetra to image eke pai asu. That's why we are not able to call it 1 1 functions. So single element eta paisu jodio ami 1.2 or 1.8 value duta eke no hoy, kinu ihotor kane ami single single image pai asu. So that's why it is not an 1 1 function. So let's see whether it is whether it is onto function or not. So y equal to 2.5 belonging to R. Ma jikuno eta element dhori loisu ha. So 2.5 or khetrot okay, so it's not an f such that f of f is not onto function. Okay, let's check here. 2.5 ami eneka element suppose iate jodi moi kisumon element horo 1.2 something element like that sorry moi iate bujaisu x or karone ami suppose eta 1 paisu 1 or karone 1 e pam 2 r karone 2 pam 3 kane 3 pam. Suppose 3.5 likhila ami ki pam 3 pam. 1.5 likhila ultimately ki pam 1 pam. 2.5 likhila ultimately ki pam 2 pam. All the elements you see 1 2 3 4 5 like this. Ultimately the point's value is not come here. Pointer value kuno dhona pointer value aha nai. Kintu in codomain you see here also yate to real numbers asile. So real numbers or pointer value thakibo kinu ei pointer value bur roi jabo. So ultimately এইটো এটা onto function নহয় কাৰণ onto functioner definition কি কৈছে কোনো ধৰণৰ কোডেমনৰ এলিমেন্ট এৰি যাবলে নোৱাৰে but unfortunately here leaving a lot of element, that's why we are not able to call it onto function. Okay.